In light of recent events, a Fox News judge has called President Donald Trump an unindicted co-conspirator. And you might be shocked to hear that it wasn't that wacky Fox News judge, Jeanine Pirro, who we've talked about before. It was the slightly less wacky Fox News judge, Andrew Napolitano. It's fascinating stuff in total. We're going to look at a clip which will include sort of some of the lead up to this and then the key moment of this segment, obviously with Fox News' Shepard Smith, which is basically the only place on Fox News where logic and reason seem to exist, with the occasional Chris Wallace, one-time Neil Cavuto. Here is Judge Andrew Napolitano speaking to Shep Smith on Fox News, explaining that the President of the United States is an unindicted co-conspirator. Take a look.
Fox News senior judicial analyst Judge Andrew Napolitano was here. Hello, Judge.
Hey, Shep.
Earlier today, you said to Bill Hemmer he's going to talk to him one way or another, and by that I mean the president is going to talk to Bob Mueller one way or the other. You're like, look, they can sit down one-on-one with a lawyer whispering in the president's ear,
right?
Or a grand jury can subpoena him. Do you think that a grand jury subpoena is a real thing that might come for President Trump?
Yes, I do. I think that Bob Mueller knows that he needs to lock the president in to a version of events before he takes the next step, whatever the next step is, whether it's indictment or whether it's a referral for impeachment.
You really think Mueller might indict the president?
Well, last week in federal district court here in New York City, a federal judge at the end of Michael Cohen's sentencing said the president orchestrated and paid for this crime, the crime to which he was referring to one of the 9, to which Michael Cohen had pleaded guilty.
So you're saying the president's an unindicted co-conspirator?
Yes. I'm also saying that there's ample evidence. This doesn't require too much analysis to indict the president. The question is, do they want to do it?
Right. Totally clears the president. Is that the phrase Trump came up with a few days ago? Judge Andrew Napolitano saying Mueller wants to speak to Trump, will ultimately get his way and speak to Trump. Trump is an unindicted co-conspirator. There is, quote, ample evidence to indict the president. This is from a Fox News judge on Fox News. That dirty, liberal, pinko, commie... oh, wait a second. Right, it's Fox News. Fox News now, according to the right, spreading fake news about Donald Trump. Now, in seriousness, Pat, is Judge Andrew Napolitano the pinnacle of legal analysis? No. In fact, Napolitano was previously reportedly suspended by Fox News for falsely stating that President Obama had wiretapped, not George W. Bush, Donald Trump, which was a widely debunked false statement made by Donald Trump at some point. But isn't it still fascinating, Pat, that this is what's being said, at least in this tiny little one corner of Fox News, because it happens to coincide with what others have been saying as well?
Yes, it is fascinating because Andrew Napolitano, though he's not the most credible, he is still the Fox News judge. And Trump has spoken highly of him in the past, actually considered him for his cabinet, maybe even the Supreme Court. So I think this is pretty telling.
So one other person who happens to have the exact same opinion as Fox News judge Andrew Napolitano on this issue is Democratic Congressman Ted Lieu. Check out what Ted Lieu had to say not long ago.
Michael Cohen specifically says that Donald Trump directed him to make these campaign finance payments. That means we have a person sitting in the White House right now who is essentially an unindicted co-conspirator. And we have a lot more we're going to find out about possibly what Donald Trump knew and what he did when Michael Cohen testifies more after his prison time is over, according to his lawyer.
Yeah. So this is just the reality that we have to contend with right now. And I think that this is actually a good moment to show you how far we've come. I talked recently, yesterday, about how crazy the last year has been. Here's another fact to think about under that context. Not that long ago, Donald Trump was insisting that he's not personally under investigation. How laughable is that at this point? I got an email this morning about if Trump committed crimes to become president, shouldn't everything he did as president be canceled out if indeed that's the determination? Now, that's never going to happen in reality. Obviously, I wouldn't even suggest that in any kind of serious manner, but it reminded me of that thing that Trump has said before about undocumented immigrants. If you came here illegally, you've got to go back. That's sort of something that at least should conceivably apply to presidents as well, even though it's not going to. But the point is, it's not looking good here. We'll see what the next week brings. The 2018 season finale is shaping up to be a huge bombshell, and you have now Democrats and even some Republicans who are saying Trump has committed felonies here. He just hasn't been indicted for them. Absolutely stunning.